Come back in the same state. Now, is this anybody's first safari today? Show of hands. Ooh, awesome. Welcome, guys. So far, it's been a pretty good day out there, so hopefully we can keep that luck running. Now, our first stop here is the Little Aturi Forest. The animals here are very good at camouflage, so they will use the surroundings like trees or bushes in order to blend in. Looks like we do have a few animals right off the bat here. Up on this hill to the left, I see two bongos. Looks like an okapi out there to the right as well. Now, okapi have those very stripy legs. It's because of that trait that a lot of people will associate that animal with a zebra. However, it's actually the only known relative of each giraffe. Looks like we have another bongo out there to the left, and it's using its horns to scratch its back there.
Oh.
Now, those horns of theirs are very useful navigational tools. They'll use them to move through this dense forest environment with ease. So many of these tightly packed bushes we see around us here are not a problem for them. They can walk right through them like a hot knife through butter. Well, looks like we will. Oh yeah, look at that. We do have a black rhino out here to the left side. Black rhinos are actually not identified by their color, so rather they're identified by the shape of their lips. This guy's a pointed upper lip, which is a bit buried in the dirt there. Now, fully grown black rhino weighs in at about 3,000 pounds. That is a big guy, though. And you may notice some of that variation in colors on that animal's skin. It comes from mud. These guys will roll around in mud every single day. As they do, it will cool them down. And as it hardens onto their skin, it gives them a nice layer of protection from the sun. So it's something that they will do pretty frequently. Looks like we will have at least one more animal up ahead here. That's going to be a saddle-billed stork. Oh, it looks like there's also some greater kudu. Back behind it, this tannish-colored antelope. Oh, or one directly out there to the left as well. Now, saddle-billed stork has a yellow saddle-shaped spot on its bill, which just may catch a glimpse of it. So it's not hard to guess where they get that name from. What may be hard to imagine, though, is that bird's wingspan. It's about 9 feet wide. So for reference, it's about as wide as that can be over our heads right now. We are moving into our next stop here. That's going to be the Safi River. As this is a river, a lot of the animals we're going to find here will be hanging out in or near the water. Looks like we do have two of those, so just right off the bat here. Looks like there are 2 Nile hippos ahead here. With any luck, we can also find some Nile crocodiles in this area as well.
I haven't seen.
Now, hippos are nocturnal, so they'll spend most of their day in the water, like you see here. There's one on the move under the water. Looks like one a bit more clearly just past these bushes. These guys are just starting to move, of course, as we get here, but hopefully we can find some more. Looks like we will out there to the left side. Our group of hippos is called a bloat, so it's safe to say we've seen a bloat at this point today. These guys are some of the largest and most dangerous animals of Africa. And they're not so dangerous because they are at all carnivorous or predatory. They're just very territorial, so they really don't like visitors, and they don't like to be messed with either.
这肯定不好吃的，你就知道吃。
There's a common misconception that these animals swim, and that's not exactly true. More so, they will just stand or walk on the bottom of whatever body of water they are in. They are able to hop up to the surface for air if they're down there kind of deep, but they will sink right back down afterwards. You may have some of those pink-backed pelicans out there as well. Some of those guys along the beach there. Pink-backed pelicans do have pink backs, mostly the skin of their backs.
因为他觉得太冷了。
哦，是的，是的，是的，他们在那里晒太阳。
Looks like another hippo in the water down there to the left. Also, we have some Nile crocodiles out here to the left. We'll remind everybody to remain seated for your safety as we get ready to cross this bridge. Now, sometimes you can spot crocs with their mouths wide open. And if you do happen to see that, don't worry, they don't do that to people happening, but rather they'll do that to you. So believe it or not, just by not moving a lot, keeping their mouths wide open, they can bend heat from their bodies well enough to keep sufficiently cool for just about the whole day. Now, those guys are ambush predators, so they will spend a lot of time hanging out in one spot, hoping that their prey will come to them. If that prey gets close enough without noticing that croc's presence, that croc, of course, then has an opportunity to try and grab that prey. Now, it looks like out here to the right we will have Very large tree here. I think you'll know the one when you see it. Now, this is called a baobab tree. On average, baobab trees hold about 25,000 gallons of water on their inside.
Oh.
That water's not for the tree's own sustainment, but it's more so for that of the animals that live around the tree. Those animals can access that water pretty easily because that tree has a very soft and spongy bark to it. So any animals with horns or tusks that come along poke a hole in that tree, some of that water will drain into the tree. As we roll down this hill here, we'll get a beautiful overlook view of the savannah. The savannah is home to some of the most popular and well-known animals of Africa. So with any luck, hopefully we can spot some zebras, some giraffes, or maybe even some elephants out there. I just named a few things that call this place home, though. Anytime there's at least one wildebeest out here to the right. Now, wildebeest are herd animals, so chances are we're going to spot way more than just this one. And in the wild, those herds, at their largest recorded sizes, can have 1.5 million members to them. And in cases where they are that large, they can be so massive that as the whole herd is moving, they can kick up so much air, or so much dust into the air, that the dust cloud can be seen from space. These guys really are an impressive force of nature. So we do have a clearing coming up on our left side here. Let's see if we can find anything there. Looks like some painted dogs, a few inside that den there, and also a few just in between that rock wall and bamboo over there to the left. Now, painted dogs are group hunters.
Oh, 这最坏的狗
And。 they have about an 80% success rate for their hunts. I will tell you that is exceptionally high compared to any other African predator.
很丑的。Ugly.
Those guys also have a pretty cool social hierarchy when it comes to those hunts. And that's after a successful hunt, the group will let the sick and the elderly first. Here to the left, there are some sable antelope kind of tucked away behind these bushes there. Those guys are very territorial. They don't like to mingle with any other antelope species. They're actually so territorial to the point that if a predator were to approach them, they would not run away like most antelope. But instead, they would stand their ground and
哦，
defend
这里这么多。
themselves. Quite a few of these springbok out here to the left as well. Now, springbok are very well known for a behavior called pronking. That is where they will jump in the air repeatedly, sometimes reaching as high as 6 feet vertically on each jump.
正路。
They can also leap about 13 feet through the air. So at the end of the day, it's really not surprising that these guys have the word spring in their name. They surely have earned it.
往前一点。太近了。
蚂蚁堆
One。thing you may notice around us here, something kind of interesting about these trees. These trees, if you look at all the lowest hanging branches, most of those branches have been picked clean, or some of them have been broken off altogether. Now, in either case, that would be mostly the effect of the giraffes in the area. Giraffes, of course, being one of the few animals that can reach any of that food up there. Those giraffes do have those very long tongues. Those tongues can be about 13 to 16 inches long, also known as prehensile.
Oh,
You
cool.
may actually see an example of this out here to the left. They'll stick that tongue up and wrap it around the branch or leaves to hold those things down. Also some Collie cattle out here to the right. Those guys' horns are very large. They're mostly hollowed out, so they're not too much of a physical burden for them.
长颈鹿在那后面，看到了吗？
啊，
Okay, these are Maasai giraffes. And Maasai giraffes can be
哦，还
identified
有
by
很多
the shape
鹿
of their spots.
很多
So
牛
we will find quite a few more actually. Where those spots have very sharp, jagged edges to them.
哈图啊。
Because of the animal